The rainfall that we get in our area, when it comes, is intense. It's not a passing shower, it's a full deluge. So when the big rains come, it drains from the mountains through Marshall's Creek out to the ocean. All of that water goes underneath Marty and Casey's place. That's why the house is high set, and anything below that goes through the flood is what we call flood resilient. So we've used materials that you can hose out. Floods are okay, they can cause stress, but if you ease the stress because you're not losing things, you're not getting damaged, and you can simply, when the water recedes, go out and hose it all out, you can go back to your normal life.
Due to the fact that this area does flood, we were forced by the council to raise the building. So upstairs, it's actually 58 square metres with about 35 of deck, but downstairs in total, it makes the whole house about 90, which turns a small granny flat into a fairly large small home. So the whole theory behind the building is sort of now in play at the moment, and we're a family of 4 living here quite comfortably.
We did build it, just for a couple, and then we kind of found out instantly that we were going to have a baby. So we've really made it work though. Like, Marty's slowly building bits of furniture along the way. Luckily enough, they're usually prototypes that we've put in our home, and then you're spending all your time either outdoors or in your living space, and our living space is quite open and big, and our outdoors is, there's just so much to do down there. So I think when it comes to bedrooms, we like our little kind of cozy little space.
The kitchen as well is a little bit different. We wanted to gain as much bench space as we could. So we decided to wrap our kitchen around the wall, and 2 people can use the kitchen quite comfortably. We can sort of spread out, and because it wraps around negatively, we can actually talk to each other too. We're almost 8.5 metres off the ground, so the top of the building is quite high. This obviously pushed our envelope out, and to be considerate on our neighbours to the southwest of the property, Justin's drawn in a slightly angled wall, and this has helped us sort of allow light to go into our neighbour's property, and it's a really considerate feature of the house.
The angle of the sun is really critical in the form of the building, because in winter time we want to get the sun in the house. So the angle of that sun is about 39 degrees. In summertime, Christmas time, we don't want any sun in the house, particularly at midday, because you'll just bake. So the angle of that sun's almost vertical, so it's easy to deal with. The tricky part is finding out what is the time of year that you want to allow the sun in, and for me it's always around about Easter. Easter's that classic time of year where you start to put the jumper back on, so it's kind of late March, early April. The angle of the sun there is around about 65 degrees. You'll notice on the northern side of the house, the eaves extend, and the angle between the eave and the bottom of the windowsill, that beautiful northern windowsill that frames the view, is 65 degrees. So everything about that northern facade is about dealing with the sun and keeping it out in summer and letting it in winter.